Hello learners, welcome to VISHNU IAS Academy. In today's video, we'll learn about gig workers and as well as gig economy. So these both terminologies are important because we can see the rise of these workers in India and also globally. So this is majorly contributing our economy, and as well in recently during Diwali celebrations we've seen a mass digital protest where the women union, who were basically the gig workers, they protested because they do not have basic facilities or social fabric or any security. So taking that as an incident, today we have an opportunity to learn about this particular concept. So firstly, we'll decode the definition of who exactly are gig workers. Basically, those are those individuals who perform their task or who get employed on a short-term contract or per task basis. That means they do not get paid from 1 to 30 or 31st. It's not like a monthly thing or it's not like a yearly thing. It basically or mostly it would be per day basis or per task basis. They get paid because of the work done on that particular hour or on that particular day. Basically, we would call in a very, in a good term is freelancers. It's better to understand in that way. And these workers generally tend to believe that they are from digital platforms like Zomato, Swiggy, Urban Company and all such. But there are types of gig workers as well. Traditionally, we have seen non-digital, non-platforms. See, platforms are something where this Zomato and Swiggy, this kind of companies come in place. But non-platform gig workers are those workers who are who are categorized as unorganized workers. Generally, we'll see like construction laborers and all such kind of work related. Those workers are called non-platform gig workers. And the platform gig workers are workers who work for the companies like these. So today mostly we'll focus on the digital platform workforce, not the traditional one. So what is the significance? Why it is important for an individual to understand this concept is, first of all, it is an employment creation. It creates employment. Suppose when we enroll into school or college, we do not think or we do not know that at certain point of my life further down, I'd be working as a delivery partner or an executive, all such kind of things. Down the line, when my circumstances or my economical circumstances changes, when I need a job or when I need a financial stability or at least financial assistance, there I can directly go seek the help of these kind of digital platforms. So it is employment creation. I mean to tell is like, there are a lot of opportunities, there are a lot of jobs created because of this kind of digital platforms. Economic contribution and supplement income. Economic contribution is at the country level. Supplemental income is for at individual level. The one example which I told, when I want financial assistance or an extra income for my survival or such things, I have a supplemental income. I need not to have a certain degree or eligibility criteria or something like that. That's very basic. If I'm a delivery executive, all I have to have is just the vehicle and fuel. Economic contribution, and there's a data released by Niti Aayog. It says that 1.5% of the workforce, the country's workforce, is contributed from gig platforms or gig workers, and it is also estimated to be increased at 4.1% by the 2029 to 2030. So it's a very huge contribution done by this particular workforce. So we'll see the data and stats. What are the data we have? Is it like really structured or is it been discussed? It's not structured, or the data we don't have country wise or the government specific, but certain organizations, certain think tanks came forward and gave the data. Gig economy growth. There is a group called Boston Consulting Group. It estimated that this workforce would be contributing $455 billion by 2025. It has estimated that this workforce globally, this is not country specific, but globally, there is a rise. Then employment data. As I told, Niti Aayog said that 4.1% of the workforce would be contributed to India's GDP. And also, again, there is a sector-wise distribution as well. Comparatively, in the retail and e-commerce sector, the more workforce can be seen in your transport and delivery. We're seen on streets very often with that Zomato bag and Swiggy t-shirts and all such things. So they are like just to transport one good to another good, or to just deliver the product which is placed online to your doorstep. In this sector, the workforce is more compared to your retail and e-commerce. And also there is an income data which says that an average individual who is enrolled as a gig worker in a digital platform is estimated to earn 15,000 to 20,000 per month. So this is the data available regarding this workforce. Now, what are the advantages as a gig worker? Flexible work arrangements. Whenever, suppose you are a student, after your college hours from 9 to 3 or anything like that, after the fixed hours which is dedicated for your studies or a regular work, at the rest of the time as a part-time you can work. It's very flexible. Even in the midnights as well, you can go and you can just go open the app and start working. That flexible this work arrangements are. Employment opportunities. As I told, skill development. See, it is very underestimated that the workforce, as the traditional gig workers are generally less skilled than the traditional work. But coming to digital platform gig workers, they tend to now when I fix my time after my college hours, that shows that I am managing my time very well. It shows that I am good at time management. This skill I can use to change my further employment. I can go and put in my resume that I learned time management while doing this kind of part-time work. And also customer service. When I deliver a product, I'll make sure that I deliver that in a very proper way and meet all the criteria where a customer is expecting to receive the product. This kind of skills are being developed by these workers, and they can basically put this thing of... So basically this kind of skills are being developed by the workers who are working on this kind of platforms. So this helps them for this particular skills help them to change the job or to put in their resumes and all. Now, what are the challenges? Here is where that protest has come in the picture. And remember, it was a digital protest. Protest or strike, whatever. But the key point is it is about digital. There was no like mass protest or something where they came on the streets and did, but it was a digital protest. So, what are the challenges? Why do this workforce have to protest? Lack of job security. This is the main concern. Comparatively, the traditional workforce have health insurance or some kind of benefits, bonuses and all. But this workforce do not have job security. This basically depends on your demand. Only when there is a demand for a particular product where that platform is providing, that is when an individual have a work or job to be done. Absence of benefits, as I told, there are no health insurance or pensions, all such kind of benefits where a traditional workforce is having. Income instability, same. Only this job has been expected to be done only when there is demand. There is no legal protection. Legal protection, now government is taking efforts to understand this workforce and come up with some kind of policies and schemes, but there is no framework which protects. If a gig worker is having some issue or a trouble, he or she doesn't know which kind of policies or which kind of schemes they exactly have to be benefited. There is no structured framework for them. There is lack of this kind of legal protection. So yeah, as I told, government is coming up with some kind of initiatives. It started in 2020 by Social Security Code, where it proposed that this kind of digital platforms has to take care of their workers who are working for like part-time basis, telling that provide health insurance, maternity benefit as well. So this code talks about this kind of benefits. And Niti Aayog report as well proposed telling that provide even pensions to this kind of workforce and some kind of facilities if they do not have a vehicle or fuel or anything related to that service, do provide in an insurance basis. This kind of proposal even Niti Aayog has proposed. Then there are ESIC benefits extension. Basically, this as well talks same about your health insurance, pensions, and all such things. Now, what is the impact of the gig economy on society and economy as well? We've learned about gig workers, their challenges, what they are challenging, and how it is advantage for an individual. Now, how this is impacting the economy? Actually, it's in a positive note itself. The economic growth, as I said, Niti Aayog has estimated, and also the Boston Consulting Group said that there would be $45 billion of contribution done by this workforce. All such kind of things, economic growth is there. And when an individual is lying without an employment, rather than that individual who is going and doing at least part-time job, there is consuming happening of goods. Consumerism is increasing. So it will revolve around, or the cycle goes on, the economic cycle will go further on. So that kind of contribution is done by this workforce. And rural semi-urban employment. Also there is a positive note if this platforms reach to the rural or the remote area, not exactly the remote area, but let us consider the rural and semi-urban areas. They need not. The rural to urban migration will reduce when these platforms reach the rural and semi-urban area. There itself the economic opportunity is there. So why will an individual choose to migrate in an uncomfortable situation? And also Digital India. Our famous Digital India will increase when this kind of platforms provide economic opportunities. The digital transaction will be increased. So these are the positive impacts of this gig workers to the economy. Global comparison, US, China and EU. Even these top leading economies have a very big workforce, and they have a very, detailed policies. They are very well debated and discussed in their country how well they can contribute or how well they can help the workers. So it is not just India specific. We can see all over the world. What is the way forward? We've spoke about gig workers definition. It's not just about digital platforms. There is also non-traditional platforms as well. But in this video, we specifically spoke about digital platforms. What are the advantages for an individual to enroll as a gig worker or to contribute to that particular workforce? What are the challenges faced by that individual, and how the whole workforce together as a unit is contributing to the overall economy? Now, what else can be done? And we have seen that how is government responding, or how it is taking baby steps to recognize this workforce. What more can be done? Because there is very spike of this workforce. We need to have a policy framework which is very comprehensive, which covers all the facilities, all the rights which this kind of workforce demand for. This should be gender neutral. You just can't say that, yeah, we'll provide facilities. You should also focus on women workforce where they need maternity benefits, paid leaves for any personal issues, basically only experienced by women, such kind of things. So it should be gender neutral. Social security inclusion. As we saw the social security code, more such kind of policies should come out in order to protect this workforce, because something is better than nothing. They are not just lying idle. They are at least contributing to the economy and also themselves. There is the selfish, there is a tendency to protect themselves, as well as indirectly they are contributing to the economy. So that kind of workforce should be secured. Skill development programs. Provide more kind of skills, provide how to speak, the communication skills, or some basic computer proficiency. That kind of skills has to be developed to this workforce, so, because they can go and work in other fields as well. Digital literacy, because mostly the gig workers are seen from digital platform. They need to have digital literacy and awareness and financial inclusion as well. And to bring any policy related to any topic or any vulnerable sections of the society, first main thing is you need to have data of how many people are there, what are the problems they are suffering from, what else can be done. Such kind of data collection is very important. We need to have a very comprehensive data collection and with research done. So this can help to this can help to provide some basic social security, or we can include them into the traditional economic activities as well. So this is all about gig workers as well as gig economy. Thank you.